Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So this week we are going to continue to chapter 5. In chapter 5, we are going to learn about the subjects, numeric and geographic, storage and retrieval. Okay, therefore there are three subtopics in chapter 5. The first one is 5.1, which is numeric records management. 5.2 is geographic records management, and lastly is 5.3, which is subject records management. So now we are going to proceed to 5.1, which is numeric records management. So what is a numeric records management? You need to know in this subtopic, we are going to learn about the need for the numeric filing itself, the consecutive numeric filing, and lastly is the terminal digit and middle digit numbering. Last one is also chronologic filing. So, why do you need a numeric filing? Actually, numeric filing is a method of arranging records by number. Okay, so numbers are such a part of our life that we often memorize a list of number with ease. For example, your telephone number, your friend's telephone number, your student or employee in identification number, as well as your Malaysian national identification number. So this number can be keyed into computer to access a various database and to obtain a variety of personal information about you. For example, me as a lecturer, when I key in your student number, I can have access about your information, including your result, your personal information, and the rest. Okay. So next one. When we are going to use the numeric filing? Okay, so records have a unique number already assigned to them. For example, number are pre-printed on checks, purchase orders, or invoices. I do believe majority of you have experience to buy online either through Shopee or Lazada and etc. And again, when you receive an invoice from the seller, you will receive a pre-printed number of your purchase. Okay, so records have been assigned a number that has some meaning or importance. For example, the first 3 digits of your credit card may be your telephone code number to identify your geographic location. So in this case, according to your postcode, we will know where do you live. Okay, so now in Dungun, the postcode for Dungun is 23,000. So when you are going to send something, so when you put inside the code number, the postcode number, so it will calculate the price for your postage. And also, when you are going to use the numeric filing, for records are confidential and unauthorized access must be prevented. For example, your banking account number. So you are not going to share your banking account number unless you are the seller who are going to get the payment from your buyer. Okay. So now we are going to proceed to the next one, which is consecutive numeric filing. So what is consecutive numeric filing? Consecutive numeric filing is consecutively numbered records are arranged from in ascending number from the lowest to the highest number. Okay, again, ascending number from the lowest to the highest number. So the consecutive numeric filing, also known as a serial, sequential, and also straight numeric. And the consecutive numeric filing often use pre-numbered records such as check, invoices, insurance, policies, legal case file, medical records, and also the engineering drawing. So, The next one is the consecutive numbering components. Again, there are only 4 components of consecutive numbering. The first one is ascension log, the second one is alphabetic index, and the third one is numbered file, and last one is alphabetic file. So, what is ascension log? So, ascension log is a serial list of number assigned to records in a numeric storage system. Ascension log, sometimes called as a numeric file list or ascension book. So, you will use the ascension log to keep track of numbers called number codes that have been assigned to records. Okay, this is the first one of the component on consecutive numbering. So the first one is ascension log. So now, another information about ascension log is incoming records and copies of outgoing records received in the records department are assigned number codes in the order to receive, and after a sufficient number for the sum correspondent has accumulated. So records are received in random order, so the names recorded are not in the alphabetic order. However, they are in the consecutive number. So in some small filing system, the ascension log may be a book. So the date on which the number is assigned is written in the date column on the right. However, in larger numeric filing system, numbers may be assigned automatically in an electronic ascension log. Okay, for example, when you go to the clinic, sometimes you will give the clinic your last 4-digit identification number, right? And then if the clinic have the automatic system or the computer system, they can retrieve the last 4-digit number to identify your registration, your number for the registration in that clinic. And some of the clinic, they use the manual one. So again, you need to also give your last 4-digit number, and then they will find or they will retrieve your card register in that clinic manually. So, the computer often is used when 1,000 or more files are in the record system, or when several users may access the file at the same time. Again, I repeat, so when you have a lot of records, you may use the computer compared to manually. Name or subject title is key in all caps and indexing order. Okay, so this one you need to refer to the textbook, but again, we do not have the textbook. Okay. So this is example of the ascension log. You can see this one, the file number. So this is the file number of that record. For example, 525 is referring to that person. The name of that person is Norwood Christian Church, and the date of that person registered is on May 18, 2000 something. Okay, so you can see that in the file number, this is the ascending number from the lowest to the highest. So 525 is the lowest number here, and 532 is the highest number. So the next component in consecutive numbering is alphabetic index. So alphabetic index is a card or a computer file of all corresponding names or subject titles arranged alphabetically. So it may include subdivision of subjects as well as the main subject. Used when the alphabetic index can be used when the corresponding name or subject is known but the assigned number is not. So you can check the alphabetic index before assigning a new number, prevents assigning more than one number to the same name or subject. We cannot refer the textbook again, but we can see the example here. for the alphabetic index, okay, compared to the essential log, the first column is the file number. However, for the alphabetic index, the first column is the names and subject. Okay, so you can see here that the name is A1 moving and storage. So this is the file number 529. If you can see this one, they do not arrange this the file number according to the ascending lowest to the highest. Why? Because the first unit is the name and subject. So they arrange the name and subject in alphabetic order. But again, I will make sure that there will be no same file number. Okay, you can see here. Okay, Harrison Makita Smith, Harrison Thomas, they have the same file number 534X, 534X. And then C, you have learned this in cross-reference. Both a name and subject is belongs to the Smith, Harrison, Makita. Okay, again, this is alphabetic index. The next one is a numbered file. So the numbered file contain numbered folders, file in consecutive number order with the lowest number. So usually it will start an even number such as 10, 100 or 1000 with no regard for the alphabetic order of the names or subject. Okay, the last one is alphabetic file. So alphabetic file is a general alphabetic file in which a guide and folder captions contain only letters of the alphabet. So, the consecutive number filing procedure. So again, you need to remember that we have numeric records management, we have geographic records management, and we have subject records management. So these three will have their own filing procedures. Okay, again, these three, the numeric, geography, and also the subject, they will have their own filing procedures. However, for the numeric filing procedures, you are going to involve inspecting. Number 2 is indexing, coding, and cross-referencing at the same time. The fourth is sorting, and lastly is number coding. So we are going to proceed one by one for this one. So inspect. What you do in the inspecting, you need to check each record for a release mark to indicate the record can be filed. What is a release mark? A release mark is what we call a mark that you have take note that that file is that document or that correspondent, either incoming or outgoing correspondent, is ready to be put in the file. For example, okay, when you receive an inward correspondent, for example, UiTM, you receive what we call a letter from the Petronas. So when you get the inward correspondent, you take all the information first. The date of the correspondent, the date you receive, and then you chop receive, and then the subject, who's the letter from, for example, Petronas from some person, and this letter is from whom in your ITM. So when you fill all the information for the correspondent, you are ready to file that document in a file. So we will put the release mark. This is what we call the release mark. So that file is ready to be filed in a file. So coding. Select the correspondent name or subject that is the filing segment and code the units. Again, we have essential log, we have the alphabetic index. So either you are going to code according to the number or again to the subject or names. So you need to select and code any cross-reference names or subject as well. Again, previously we have taken a look that there are two the same file number, and the same file number is referring to the same person. However, they have different name and subject. Sorting. Again, you need to sort the records alphabetically. You need to place the records in alphabetic order, speeds up up the use of alphabetic index to determine the code for each record. Okay, we can see this in the alphabetic index in one of the components of consecutive numbering. Number coding. Okay, we have alphabetic index, but we also have the number coding. So when you are going to use the number coding, you need to consult the alphabetic index. So write the assigned file code or a G in upper right of the corner of a record. Okay. So you need to assign that available number. If one has not been assigned or a G, you need to enter a new file code number into ascension log. Okay, so you need to write code number or a G in upper right corner of a record. So now we are going to know what are the advantages as well as the disadvantages of consecutive numbering. So, the advantages of the consecutive numbering is a rapid refiling. Okay, rapid refiling, easy and unlimited expansion because the number is unlimited, easy transfer of inactive record, cross-references are in general file. So, when you have consecutive numbering, one of the advantages is built-in security and some numeric code for all records for one customer. For example, you are going to use your same ID, student ID number for your college record, for your fee records, for your result and everything that you are going to use the system in UITM. So you are going to use the same number. And then, of course, when you are going to use consecutive numbering, the labeling will take less time and easy detection of misfile records. Now, we are going to proceed what are the disadvantages of consecutive numbering. So, it requires a reference to alphabetic index. Yes, we have seen this in alphabetic index. We need to have the cross-reference. Requires more guides. Yes, it will be more time consuming, congestion, and numbers can be easily transposed.